Hey guys, this is Umberto from Max Fitness and welcome back to my channel. With today's video, we are going to talk about breathing and bracing. First of all, why do we need to brace at all? Why we need to know how to breathe correctly? Well, in weightlifting, breathing and bracing is an essential part of this core stiffness that you create before you actually move the weights. What you're talking about is this abdominal pressure that you are able to create and control in a way to manipulate those muscles around this lower part of the trunk area. The breathing part just helps you to use better your diaphragm. So it's that muscle that is at the bottom of your lungs that when pulled down, it manages to get more air, more oxygen into your body. So when you use your diaphragm, you're gonna basically enlarge the size of your lungs because there is this muscle pulling it down. Imagine having balloons instead of your lungs, and every time you breathe in, they actually inflate and they become bigger. Now, because the sides change, the compression inside your body, the pressure inside your body changes. And in order for you to hold more air in and keep your lungs where they are, you're gonna have to press back some of this air using some of your muscles. Obviously, the muscles in question in this case is your abdomen muscle. Let's have a better look at the anatomy of this specific area. If we will analyze a bit better our body, we can see that especially on the thoracic part of the trunk, we're gonna have a very strong bone structure that holds us together. When if you go a little bit lower, there is nothing. If we just press in, there's absolutely no bones around it. And obviously if you go back down, we're gonna have thick bones holding the legs and the hips. So we only have the spine really to keep us together around the abs area. So what we've been given instead is layers of muscles that just overlap each other, that are capable of creating a massive amount of stiffness. This stiffness is an essential part of weightlifting. It's being used in powerlifting, in strongman, not much in bodybuilding, but it's still essential. Thanks to this stiffness, you are capable of not folding in half when you lift weights. With our core muscles, there are three things we can do really with it. The first one is enlarge it, so you can push it out and get it bigger. The second thing is you can squeeze it in and get it smaller. The third one is more related to stability, and this one is the most essential part that we were referring to, and is tensing the muscles. That's completely different. You are not trying to suck in, you are not trying to push out. It's completely different. Imagine your kids trying to jump on your stomach. What you're gonna do? You're gonna try to get tense and not get hurt. That's the same instinct a boxer might have if he's getting a punch in his stomach. So how can you activate this part of your core? A simple way is just to dig in with your hands. Really deep. Take a breath. And try to resist to this pressure that you're causing with your hands. When you feel the side actually getting stiff, you know that all your abdomen is actually in tension at the particular moment. Let's just take a step back and have a look again about the breathing first. So when you breathe, you wanna still use your abs muscle, your core muscles to perform your breathing. When you breathe with your chest, like usually happening, you see your chest moving up and down. That's more a secondary system that your body uses in case of fight or flight response most of the time. So it's more a stress response, it's more like a stressful kind of breathing. That's why in meditation, they try to enhance the core breathing, and breathing with your belly. Get the belly out, get the belly in again. So try to practice this prior to doing a core warm-up. It will help you to get the engagement quite right. Especially if you are at the very beginning and you have poor control of it, that will help a lot. So how can you do that? Simply breathe in, inhale through your nose, Try to expand and then slowly breathe out from your mouth. And squeeze in. You want to keep it controlled, you don't want to rush it, so take your time. It could be a 4 seconds in, a 4 seconds out. It could be even longer than that. It's up to you, but try to perform the exercise in this manner. So you breathe in, breathe out. There's something that you have to do once you start exercising, because you might need to do that while bracing as well. So what does it mean? It means that if you are squatting 100 kilos and you have five reps to do, you don't want to relax your core while you're holding 100 kilos in your back. Otherwise, it's going to squash your spine. You want to stay a little bit tense. I'm not saying you need to be to your 100% of strength or your core strength, but definitely before you move, you need to be able to hold the breath and you need to expand while being stiff. It requires a bit of practice, but you can get that. You just need to do it slowly. A method I use with my clients is placing a weight on your belly. What we do is we try to breathe in, hold the breath, get tense, and press the kettlebell down. If you do right, you will feel your core area getting stiff, getting tense, and you won't be able to press down the kettlebell. If you do it incorrectly, it's gonna sink in. Once we've done that, we are pretty much ready to start a proper warm-up. I like to start with one of the big three by Dr. McGill, and it's the body curl. You're gonna lie down, bend one leg, tension up one of the legs, the straight leg, kick the heel away, lift it up by an inch or two, and then tuck your chin in and lift the head off the floor at the same time. Prior to doing that, make sure that you take a big belly breath and press with your lower back against the ground, against the floor. In that way, you're gonna feel a bit more of lower abs activation, which you might be possibly missing, and that can cause also back pain. You wanna feel all your core being active at the same time, 360 degrees, and you don't wanna feel only the top bit. Don't forget to repeat this on both sides, do it a few times, 3-4 rounds, maybe 20 to 30 seconds. If you're at the very beginning, you can do small intervals of 5 to 10 seconds till you get stronger with this particular exercise. In order for you to maintain stiffness of your core, you need to maintain compression, you need to maintain pressure. And once you are already performing the exercise, you will have to change something because you're gonna stay in the particular position for a quite period of time. You need to learn how to breathe and maintain pressure at the same time. How are you gonna do that? Use the body curl as a main exercise. How can you hold the particular position for 30 seconds without breathing? Once you get your first initial breath, you need to breathe quickly, very shallow breath, short breath in and out, in order for you to contain more oxygen, especially the initial one. Once you get your first initial breath, you want to hold it for as long as possible. So you take the breath, create compression, and then imagine breathing through a straw. You want to maintain this pressure so you can perform your exercise safely. Once we master the body curl, we want to step it up a bit and increase the resistance. How are we going to increase the resistance? Basically, we're going to use more weight from our own body. This time we're going to perform something similar to the body curl, but using both legs. We're going to bend both knees and we're going to lift both legs by a couple of inches off the floor at the same time. The setup is pretty much the same like the body curl, apart from the legs moving to a different position. You're gonna have your back flat, you're gonna take your breath in before lifting the head off, and this time bending both knees, you're gonna lift both legs by a couple of inches. Again, the idea is to keep this position for 30 seconds maybe more, or as long as you can until you build up to a reasonable number and be able to breathe and maintain pressure at the same time. The last progression that you're going to see on this video is the legs at 45 degrees. Now, the setup is exactly the same with the legs bent, The only difference is that the legs this time are gonna be straight and both off the floor. What we are changing is basically just the lever and the amount of resistance that you need to use for the exercise. You will need to hold that position for 20 to 30 seconds, maybe more if you can, but it all depends on how it feels. Now, the resistance can be quite challenging at this stage. You're gonna feel a bit shaky, you might not feel your back completely flat on the floor, you might feel actually you're gonna arch and feel a bit of lower back pain. Your job is now to get better at this exercise, so you can then progress in future to other stability kind of exercises like a plank on a Swiss ball, you can do side planks better, and so on. That's it guys, that was the video for today. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and if you have any other requests for any other videos you might wish to see, please leave a few lines on the comment area and I will come back to you soon. Thank you very much again, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.